we may be biased, but Sydney, in our humble opinion, has it all. Few cities in the world can compete with its natural beauty, rich legacy and history dating back thousands of years, and world-class artistic, gastronomic, and cultural offerings. There's so much to do, see, sip, and chew on here that you could be forgiven for feeling a bit overwhelmed. But don't worry, we're here to help. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a long-time resident, this list of things to do in Sydney will allow you to see the city from every perspective. But hey, before we proceed, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips. Let's get started. Let's begin with number 10. Encounter the wildest locals at Taronga Zoo. What's not to love about a trip to the zoo? The diversity of Australian wildlife has captivated zoologists and animal lovers, from marsupials such as kangaroos and wallabies to a wide range of birds and native reptiles such as snakes, frogs, and turtles. Many of these creatures may be seen at Sydney's Taronga Zoo, located across the water to the city's northeast. You may want to go here as this zoo displays a variety of native Australian creatures, several wild animals from Asia, and chosen species from Africa and South America. It's wonderfully designed. The trails are broad and meandering, and most importantly, the land is teeming with animals. Next on our list, at number 9, get an adrenaline rush at Luna Park. Even if you are not interested in the rides, the setting and history make this legendary grinner a winner. Luna Park has been Sydney's favorite vintage attraction for 80 years since its famous grin first lit up the Harbour. The park's nostalgic atmosphere is enhanced by Martin Sharp's distinctive clown face at the entrance, creaky wooden rides, and vaudeville decor. It has the dual appeal of being an enclosed space where you can safely let your child run wild and have some of the most stunning views of the Harbour you will ever see. If you don't like spinning coasters, we recommend getting a single ride pass and using it on the Ferris wheel to see the bobbing lights of the city and take the fresh air. Otherwise, gorge yourself on candy and fried food and see how many times you can go through the rotor before puking on your shoes. Next, at number 8, stroll along the oldest part of Sydney, the Rocks. The oldest part of Sydney is the Rocks. This was the first neighborhood to be settled when the British arrived in Australia in 1788. It has narrow streets, colonial buildings, sandstone churches, and Australia's oldest pubs. It used to be much bigger, but most of it was torn down in the 1970s to make way for modern high-rises. Most of it was saved, though, thanks to the work of citizens. These old buildings are now used as businesses, homes, and tourist attractions. As you stroll along here, you can see a glimpse of history. It was a crucial place for prisoners and is also home to Cadman's Cottage, which is the oldest house in Sydney where people live. The Rocks is also known for its markets, narrow streets with cobblestones, and gorgeous views of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And if you have an artistic heart, the Rocks has several excellent art galleries and great places to eat in this area, too. Coming in at number 7. Sunbathe at Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach, the setting for the international reality television sensation Bondi Rescue, which follows the lives of on-duty lifeguards, is next on the list of must-see attractions in Sydney. Its long whites and crescent is one of Australia's most recognizable beaches. It's constantly busy here, but not too crowded, and the atmosphere is lively. Surfers are drawn to the consistent waves while brave locals bathe in the iceberg ocean pool. Locals visit the area's laid-back cafes, while trendy travelers head into the casual bars. With its stunning vistas, the cliff-top Bondi to Kubi Coastal Walk is popular with walkers and joggers. The Bondi Baths have been a Bondi icon for 90 years, and if you want to join Australia's longest winter swimming club, you must swim 3 Sundays a month for 5 years. Let's continue with number 6. See all of Sydney on the Sydney Tower Eye. The Sydney Tower Eye transports you to the highest point above Sydney, providing amazing 360-degree views of the stunning Harbour City. The sights will take your breath away, from the golden beaches to the outlying blue mountains. Your ticket includes the 4D cinematic experience, the first of its kind in Australia, where you can discover a new dimension of Sydney from an entirely different perspective. With dramatic and theater effects such as wind, bubbles, and water, the engaging cinema experience is elevated to the fourth dimension. The observation deck has cutting-edge technology, such as high-powered binoculars and multilingual touchscreen displays that give visitors intriguing details about the prominent places they are viewing. Also, you don't have to worry about being here because the remarkable design of the tower has made it capable of withstanding earthquakes and strong wind conditions, making it one of the safest structures in the world. The Sydney Tower Eye, at 304 meters tall in the heart of Sydney's central business district, is the city's tallest building. There you go at number 5. Visit the Star Sydney for a flutter. No matter what you like to do for fun, you can probably do it at the Star Sydney. The Star Sydney, formerly known as Star City Casino, is Australia's second largest casino after Melbourne's Crown Casino. The Star overlooks Darling Harbour and has 2 casino floors, 1 bar, 3 restaurants, 350 hotel rooms, and more than 100 serviced and privately owned apartments. It also houses the Sydney Lyric Theatre and the huge event centre. Over 100,000 square meters of poker tables, table games, dice games, gambling machines, and more are scattered across 2 enormous floors. With that, the Star Sydney is the best spot to play in Australia. The day begins with luxury and concludes with you. The Star has only one mission, which is to excite you. That's why they offer celebrity chefs and restaurants, exquisite accommodations and high-end clothes, a lavish day spa, incredible nightlife, and of course, a world-class casino. Indeed, this is the place to go if you want to try your luck. Now, at number 4. Spend a day at Darling Harbour Sea Life Aquarium. Sea Life Sydney Aquarium displays a wide range of Australian aquatic life, with over 700 sea creatures. It was opened in 1988 and is recognized as one of Sydney's finest tourist attractions, with over 55% of its visitors coming from abroad yearly. The aquarium has 14 theme zones, including Jurassic Seas, Shark Walk, Discovery Rock Pool, and the world's largest exhibit of the Great Barrier Reef. Visitors will experience wildlife unique to each environment, including one of only 4 dugongs on exhibit in the world, and sharks, stingrays, penguins, and tropical fish. It is a public house located in Darling Harbour, directly opposite Madame Tussauds, Australia's replica of the famed wax figure museum. You may also take a water taxi from Darling Harbour to see the pier from the sea. At number 3. See the Sydney Harbour on one of the Sydney ferries. One of the most iconic Sydney activities is taking a ferry over Sydney Harbour. It might be unclear to decide which of the 9 routes to follow and which of the 35 piers to visit, but any ride is worth it. Why spend a pricey Sydney Harbour cruise when you can see the finest of the harbour by public transportation? Here, you can enjoy the panorama of Sydney Harbour as it glides by the bridge, Sydney Opera House, and Taronga Zoo. It also passes by the harbourside beaches like Shark Beach and Camp Cove, out to one of the city's most popular seaside areas, perfect for pubs, restaurants, shopping, and snorkeling. Next on our list, at number 2, climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Whether you are a first-time visitor to Sydney or a lifelong resident, a trip to the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge should be on your list of things to do at least once. When you reach the peak, 134 meters above sea level, you will get a 360-degree panorama of the port. From the renowned Opera House in the east to the Blue Mountains in the west, there is no better place to soak in Sydney's splendor. And the most incredible part, the scenery will change every time you ascend. You may choose your favorite time of day to experience a unique vista, from sunrise or twilight. Walking around catwalks, scaling ladders, and steps are all part of the experience. You'll be so enthralled by the view that you won't even realize it, yet it counts as a workout. But the climb isn't as difficult or frightening as you would think. Much of it is like mounting a staircase. There are plenty of breaks along the way for the guide to provide intriguing insights into the bridge's construction. Also, the climb leaders will share their knowledge of the bridge and Sydney as you make your way to the peak, so you're sure to learn a fact or two that will come in handy at your next whiz night. For example, did you know that if one of every 2 rivets holding the arch were removed, the bridge would still stand? Well, now you know. And now, the number 1 on the list is Visit the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera House sails are recognized across the globe as a symbol of Sydney and Australia, but there is more to this monument than its eye-catching lines. Every year, it hosts over 1,500 performances, including several by Opera Australia, the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, and the Sydney Theatre Company. It is one of Australia's most popular tourist destinations and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. According to UNESCO, this landmark is a remarkable 20th century architectural masterpiece that combines various strands of originality and innovation in architectural form and structural construction. Its significance stems from its outstanding design and construction, a bold and ambitious attempt that has had a lasting effect on late 20th century emerging architecture. Inside, you'll get to know Sydney's most recognizable landmark as you go beyond the Opera House and into previously off-limits regions. Get the inside scoop on why Danish architect Bjørn Utzon entered the worldwide competition to design the Opera House, how he came up with the concept to construct a sail-like tower, and why engineers said it couldn't be done. Explore the origins of the Opera House construction materials, and feel free to run your hands over some of the 1 million white ceramic tiles that make up its gleaming facade. That brings us to the end of the video. Sydney is truly a fantastic city. It invites you to go for a stroll, relax by the beach, or you can be adventurous at the same time by climbing the bridge. It's up to you which one you would like to try first. So, that is Sydney for today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.